You know, there was music going this whole time. I just didn't have my desktop audio on. Hi guys, I'm a professional streamer. And this is my sweetie.
Hi.
This is my sweetie.
Are we live?
We are live.
Hi.
Hoi.
It's Ace Attorney time.
It's Ace Attorney time. Hopefully we get like any level of information.
Liz.
Hi guys! We're at Briar Road again. Like, if you notice, we were here, we were investigating. We didn't get a single piece of information. This is a crime scene. We did not find anything.
The snowman. We found a scarf.
We did find a snowman and a scarf.
We're not allowed to take.
I did want to swipe that scarf. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation. Thank you, sweetie pie. Getting ahead of the curve.
Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him.
Very funny, I guess.
No, it's all right. I also saw that. I saw that, and I guessed it was probably because you were asleep. It's all good. Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, we've already talked to him. We get to examine stuff?
Oh, cool. Is Herlock here?
Is he here? Is he hiding?
I guess, yeah, okay.
Is he hiding under a thing? Is he the one who rolled the
Hello? Am I supposed to present something to Mr. Oh, yeah. She gave us this thing. Actually, let's look at it. Why not?
This is a 5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown.
Yes, and you can train a Scotland Yard detective to do whatever you want, which is a single one.
That doesn't sound very legal. Iris must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world.
How much is 5 shillings, by the way? What's it really worth?
Well, probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month.
Really? I feel like you're over-exaggerating how much these pieces are worth. That's greasy.
How much was a shilling?
Yeah. Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that it will be a problem. Iris Wilson.
She's just, I don't know about this girl.
Iris's little handwriting is adorable, isn't it? She does write in cursive too, which is quite impressive.
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem.
Yeah, the handwriting might be adorable, but the message is ominous. There's no room for sentiment there.
This is 5 shillings. And let's see here.
Thank you for the drink, T-Chef.
Wait, I think I've got it.
I've had a weird day. I was very tired this morning.
Oh, wait. No, that's like what a shilling from a certain time. No, this is... I'm not looking for what a shilling that you still have is worth now if you sell it on the coin market.
No.
Like, how much was a currency converter? There we go. I'm sure it's simply the way you're interpreting it, Naruto-san. It's not sketchy at all. Anyway, I do hope the inspector will tell us what we need to know once he gets the bribe.
Whether it's hydrate or dihydrate, or hydrate or die straight, I don't want to do either of those things. You don't think it will just make him munch piping hot chips until steam comes out of his ears, do you?
Well, that wouldn't be an entirely terrible outcome.
Would it?
Okay, I got it. So we're at nationalarchives.gov.uk. I'm looking at the purchasing power of 1880 of 5 shillings. Here we go.
Cool.
Okay. In 1880, you could buy 0 horses, 0 cows, no wool, and no wheat.
Yeah, it's about...
about 16 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
In today's money. So I guess chips were just really cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like back, you know, the McDonald's of chips, like $1 for your chips.
Yeah, it's like, so that 16 euros is not that many, not that much.
Yep, it's not much.
Anyway.
Can get you like 2 fast casual meals today or something.
Right. It's like 20 bucks maybe. Oh yeah, I was gonna present that to him. That's a really sad bribe. I think they're just over-exaggerating how much it's worth, because they're like, oh, this money, it's so foreign, and
yeah. Oh,
wow. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment?
You know, it'd be really funny to see if Herlock have to come to Japan in Game 2.
That would be funny.
And then see him do all the same stuff, like, wow, 100 yen! That must be enough to buy all the books I could read in a year, or something like that.
I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. This is it's like the 1900s?
The
right
time
now?
period right
the
now?
time, what year?
It's like the 1880s.
Yeah, 1880s, like, yeah, like between the 1880s, early 1900s, kind of. Turn of the century.
Yeah.
I don't think a euro was a thing, but it's not a thing. We were talking about the buying power of
this is a
of the 5 shillings, like what it's worth now. It's worth about 16 euros.
That was pounds, the thing.
Oh,
I only showed you.
Oh, it was pounds.
Bunch, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
it was
whatever.
pounds. So old.
Yeah.
It's just given the pounds.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You know.
Basically, it's not that much. Anyway. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship?
Oh, Jesus, she rolled.
Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee, is what it is.
Okay, so it is a bribe? Oh, I see. You mean...
That's right, for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me. Every time. Wow.
Jeez, this is worse than a bribe.
Right? Yeah, we're going through the same thing sometimes, Riddles. No worries.
Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly, and I just found out that most of it were lies.
Apparently you can give him a tenner, and he's like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. Sorry, Inspector, that must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh? Sorry? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Literally anything.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, literally anything. Including the address of Natsume-san's, Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
That's, I don't know that that's super relevant to this case, but I also would like to know, literally anything about the case.
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate the actual scene? Can I look around, please?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. I don't know, what the fuck is the difference? He lives in the old hovel, in a right old hovel, it's just over there, look.
It's the
Oh no! On the first floor of that house in the corner where that wrecked bicycle's propped up.
That is nearby, indeed. Cool, so we could have just broken into the bricked window.
Cool. If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garadeb.
John Garadeb.
Right. Well, I'm assuming it's either a pun name that we don't know anything about, or it's an actual person from a Sherlock Holmes story.
Mm-hmm.
If you see her again, make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it, you tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector, we will. Goodbye for now, then. Long live her ladyship. What the fuck?
Well, at least he told us something before he left. Now let's go break into the house.
So then, shall we see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Hey, can I have, like, a murder weapon? Or, like, evidence? Or, like, maybe look around the crimes? No? Okay, bye!
I think they're just gonna bring the crime scene to the courtroom again. They'll just pick up the whole building.
Yeah, they're just gonna bring a forklift in. Boop, boop, boop. Well, you could probably examine it again. It says something different, maybe?
That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a... I'm pretty sure we had this conversation
Yeah,
before.
it's crooked.
Yep.
I mean, this is new.
Oh, okay, well, like we literally just talked about, that would be the house where Natsume-san has his lodgings.
Just across the road from where the incident took place, I see. Must be awful for Soseki-san getting caught up in something like this in a foreign land. Cool. The first thing you heard was a landlord great debt. Oddly fitting. That's fair. That is fair.
That's
Wow.
quite a place.
Why do you have a whole cannon in your house?
What is the...
Why did you bring an entire cannon into your house?
Cannon, which is currently holding up an apron.
Yeah, so hey, why are there- what the- No one wants to take this,
okay,
lady.
Alright, okay.
I got the next one.
May I help you?
Ah, yes, this would be the would this be the residence of Mr. John Garadeb?
Indeed it would, sir. And who, may I say, is calling?
My name is Ryanosuke Naruhodo.
Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. Ooh. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb.
Did you see that, Miss Susato? That was a real-life English maid!
But she totally sounded like an American.
That's weird.
Anyone who's standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. This day just keeps getting better. I'm gonna get that helmet after all.
It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it?
Let's have some tea, then we'll really be here. We need only to meet a butler as well, and the experience will be complete.
Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadeb will see you now. This way. Oh, good God.
Who?
What the fuck? This guy looks like an aging rock star.
Alright, let's look around.
Yeah, look at everything else.
That's a full-size cannon. What's it doing in here?
Thank you, Dukin. It's real? I thought it might be a replica.
How do you know the difference between a real one and a replica?
I know everything.
Oh, okay.
Great.
That old thing. Bah, that's little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Really, it isn't overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is gonna throw at you next, boy.
Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garadeb?
Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry well on the cannon there, Joan tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Does it? Does it?
It looks actually pretty perky.
Right. I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garadeb. Do you enjoy reading? I'm just gonna ask you about all of your personal belongings before talking to you specifically.
I just like piling books in the corner.
I've experienced a London winter, my boy. The nights are long.
We have to burn the books to make it through. Keeps us warm.
Nights are long in the winter, Mr. Naruhodo-san. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book.
On fire. Oh, there's a copy of Ron's magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrett enjoys the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, too.
The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. But he's kind of an idiot, so... The uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? Kind of like you.
It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing? Ha, not much better than rags, really. Oh? Well, that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. I would gladly have thrown it out, you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it?
Oh, I see.
Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. Or? Are those mortar shells? They're enormous.
I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here?
Ah, those old things. Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of a colorful regiment folklore, that incident. You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells? Well, I wouldn't say deliberately, exactly. They're only scrap iron after all, usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, you know. Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. Useful for what exactly? Yes, well... Down here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Hadn't shed a tear since 1869 before then,
Hey,
you know.
We've got a placeholder in time here. But
Maybe...
of course, we already had the Meiji Revolution as a placeholder, so
Right.
it doesn't really give us more information.
Maybe reconsider throwing them away? Also nice.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner.
Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say. Though it bothers me that it's not straight.
Like you?
I mean, takes one to know one, I guess. What, that old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it, keeps the bally thing out of my way. It's just been polished aside by accident, I suppose?
There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation.
Sounds like a kind of honors even I could be in line for.
Poor dear Finn.
Well, one doesn't blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Okay. Yeah, no, straight things are not in the job description at all.
Uh-huh.
That portrait of Mr. Garrideb is glaring at me, I swear.
Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrideb as well?
Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now that I think of it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
That kind of sounds like our whole lives right now.
Oh my gosh! Tixie! Oh my gosh! Thank you! Hi!
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 Welcome!
Welcome on in, guys! Hi, I'm Queen. This is my sweetie dancing, and we're playing the Great Ace Attorney. We are on Case 4. We're on the second part of Case 4.
Yeah!
Of the first game in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's really freaking cool so far. And we're having a really great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you!
Thanks for hanging out. Let's give Tixie a little shout out here. Not that anyone here doesn't know who they are, but we're gonna do it anyway. There you go. Ta-da!
Yay!
How is Life is Strange? I have never played, but I hear it's pretty good. How was your stream? Alright. Susato-san doesn't pull her punches. Or her throws, for that matter. Cool!
We talk to this guy, maybe?
We could talk to this guy, I guess. Let's talk to this guy. I do want to finish examining, but I'll talk to him. Good day to you, John Gurdeb at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. We've just been tearing up everything in your place and staring at it and talking to you about it without even having a conversation with you. And anyway,
icebreakers. Icebreakers, Susato-san.
This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer.
A lot happened. We needed some emotional escape. Fair though. That was us, not the past trial, but the trial before that. That was us for this game.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like one section for 2 hours. Oh no! Oh, I hope you have fun. Oh no! There is a call out. Alright. I'm a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of My Wand. Don't you know? What?
Was it an arrow?
Battle of My Wand, huh?
In the Battle of My Wand, I took an arrow to my wand.
Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. Oh, so he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panning at the top of the stairs. Ryunosuke!
Really?
Ryunosuke!
Seriously?
Really?
You're more in shape.
To the second floor? You gotta walk around everywhere. You cannot say you were panting at the top. Come on.
There's no way. There's no
Ryunosuke.
Come on.
You need to get out more. You need to get more exercise. Now that Kazuma's gone.
Now that Kazuma-sama is gone, you really must take more exercise, Naruhodo-san.
Look, I fell behind. Do you think so?
Well, Mr. Garadab, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Just so brave. Participation medal.
Right. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really. What the fuck is a folderol?
Folderol.
I really have to make that command a vocabulary command, because I feel like I'm getting like a billion new vocabulary words.
Trivial or nonsensical fuss.
Oh, really?
Boy, there's just a lot of great specific words that we've left behind in the English language.
Yes, extremely specific. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joe, and let these good people see it properly? Do I have to? Don't fetch that! Dazzle, woman, be careful!
That's all right, you can't feel anything down there anymore anyway. But I do beg your pardon, sir.
You're not supposed to tell anyone that. You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands.
I shall be more careful, sir.
So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now. Yeah, I see. I hope you did it. Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right? Thank you for the follow, Baracus20. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer just anything at all for us, please. We basically don't know anything yet.
You know, I really appreciate the Susato, but we really should get back down to the crime scene and investigate the actual crime, because we don't actually know. And if we check their core record really quick, we have a map.
We have a map.
We have a map.
Cool.
That's a map. That's all we know about the crime. We don't have any evidence. We would like to have evidence, please.
Pull up that map again.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
we know one very important thing.
It happened right there.
Calabash Road and Meerschaum Street are gonna come up in the trial somehow.
Calabash Road, yeah, of course they are.
It's gonna be very important whether anyone was over there.
Either that or nobody mentions it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. All we have is the map. We really need to investigate the crime scene and get evidence,
I
please.
guess so, but...
We need to go to the crime scene.
Crime.
The crime
We
scene.
need the crime scene.
The crime. Only two, please, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep peace here in Old Blighty. What? We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Am I just doing the same voice as Gregson? Is that what I'm doing right now?
Just a little bit. Just, he's just a little older and crustier.
Sure, okay. Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, wouldn't you believe?
We could just say he's the granddad of that guy.
Yeah, I think Gregson is a little bit higher in the mouth, but...
Mr. Herlock Sholmes!
I think I'm just doing the same voice, though. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. He's a little too pretty for me.
Let's see, Herlock, come on! But you have a copy of Friends magazine here, so I thought you were totally a fan.
Yeah? No.
He's freaked out.
He's embarrassed.
Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. Hooray, Herlock!
Yay, Herlock!
Yay! Someone we care
he's
about.
in Suseki-san's room. I like how we're looking forward to talking to Herlock.
At this point, that's what it's
like,
come
God,
to.
please let anything interesting happen.
Please!
I would like to. I want evidence.
He's like, Herlock is actually extremely interesting. No, he's a bundle of
Everinosuke hasn't even
interesting.
had breakfast. Someone get him a Pizza Hut or Taco Bell. But what about the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell? The bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
He is indeed stirring this with his pipe.
Yeah, he's stirring his tea with his pipe. I don't think he actually has anything in that pipe. All right, let's talk about Mr. Natsume, please.
About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Garada, please tell us just something, anything, okay?
Do you have evidence? Do you happen to have evidence anywhere? Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week? But he moved in very recently then. I have two lodgers for most of the time, one on the ground floor and one just below us. The first floor room became available a week ago, you see, and Dash it all, Joan, do be more careful.
Oh, I did that one on purpose. But I am terribly sorry, sir. I just despise you.
You dumb bitch!
If you want to know my opinion, which you never do, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. My God.
Wow, you did it.
They're all like this. Oh, why?
Because
why did you think he was shady?
Why don't you tell these two Japanese people why you think the literally only other Japanese person in this place is shady?
Yeah, why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder.
Wow. Because he's nervous.
Yes, just because of that. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me, and no one did, but I'm talking anyway. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward.
I think you're just racist.
I'm rarely wrong about anything. In fact, I'm right about everything, all of the time. But no one wants to listen to me, even though my opinion is the best.
We won't be calling this maiden as a witness, that's for sure.
Knocking on some wood here.
Yeah, Van Zeeks is like, I heard someone doesn't want a maid to be on the stand. Van Zeeks kicks down the door, is like, guess who's being called in as a witness?
No!
No! Van Zeeks!
Was
Curse
there
you!
anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yeah, besides the fact that he has anxiety?
Yes, indeed, there was.
And she's dying to tell us.
Well, I'm not racist, but...
Right.
Good lord.
Had you noticed anything else about your lodger, Miss Natsume? Your lodger, Mr. Natsume. I'm sorry, you're not Mr. Natsume. That's on me.
Exclamation mark. Oh, my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchard. I just have to keep emphasizing this one thing.
Do you consider me to be shady? Would you consider me to be shady somewhat?
You seem like a very nice young man. Could you elaborate, please? Why? Why was he so shady? Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone can ever read. That's suspicious. I don't read at all. Reading is for strange people. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call.
Sounds like a recluse to me.
He's such a loner. He just trots off to that old bookshop every day and comes back at 5 to light himself on fire.
The gas fire.
And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. Very suspicious. Staying up late at night. Only shady people do that.
Yeah, staying up late at night, you know, keeping to yourself, reading a lot of books, playing video games until the wee hours of the night.
Very shady.
Everyone who does that is obviously a murderer. Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night.
Hey, do you happen to have anything called evidence? I would like evidence, please.
I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. He just hasn't gotten adjusted to the time difference.
It's just, we've gotten a lot of exposition, and I just kind of want something more solid than hearsay.
Maybe just, go to the crime scene, actually.
Yeah.
But could you clarify something, I wonder? Have you ever met Japanese people before? What? What was that? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? How do you know that?
Right. She finds a Japanese shady for having hobbies and having to study. Exactly.
Staying up late.
Yeah.
Reading his books. How dare he?
Right.
Oh! I had understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. They're both below us on the first floor and street level.
Then how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? Who's shady now? Like, the precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed. I'm just going to again.
Good grief, Joan! Be more careful, woman!
I did that on purpose again, sir, but I still am sorry, sir.
How does he not have third-degree burns, like, literally everywhere? She's done this thrice already.
He hasn't been able to feel it since he got an arrow there in the Battle of my wand.
Something doesn't add up here. ... I hope you did it. I really...
Yes.
I would like you to go to jail. It seems that the incident took place around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window at around that time?
Looking out the window is for shady people.
The
it's
window?
Very suspicious.
Who the fuck looks out a window? What are windows for anyway? Brick them up.
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road and isn't full of bricks like all the other windows here. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious lurking nearby? Wait, look at that over there. There's like...
Yeah, I know.
Stuff over there.
I wasn't finished examining and you made
I
me talk to the
know.
guy, so... 5 o'clock is the dinner time in the Garrett household. Well, I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan?
Oh, when we have dinner, I would never look out a window during dinner. Only shady people do that. Anyway, it would have been dusk outside already at that hour. With the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. I'm sure this will come up at trial, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. Hey, you know what? Infinity T does not I mean, it's not unprecedented, seeing that there is also infinity fish and chips.
He's got the fish and chips. He's got infinity tea.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
I don't know, like, both of you. I mean, anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Or I guess shady, your buzzword.
Well. Yes, there was something then? Well, it's not particularly significant, but around the time that...
Yeah!
Jesus Christ, can you stop? For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're... She's doing this on purpose.
Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I did that one on purpose again, but
Every time he tries to tell us anything significant, I bet she's gonna do that. Do be more careful, woman.
If I don't keep pouring this tea on you, sir, then you might give away that we murdered someone, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hollow.
That's not even...
Not even.
Oh, that was an attempt. Yes.
I have an exceedingly good memory.
Or do you?
Well, as far as I remember, I may never have read any books or looked out any windows, but my memory is top-notch.
Yeah, after saying my name like that, definitely.
Nothing of any significance took place here at that tower, nothing at all.
Oh, really, Mr. Garadeb? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Yeah, see, as I was saying, it's just a traveling matter, really, nothing of... Don't dash it all, what's the matter with you, woman?
Begging your pardon, sir, you are not getting the hint. Nothing happened, sir.
How about I pour your tea? Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan?
That's right, Mr. Garadeb. Quiet, uneventful, not shady at all.
What is the matter with these two?
It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what?
I wish I knew. Are you fucking serious, you guys?
Get us to Mr. Natsume's room!
Could you tell us what floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Why, certainly, just below us on the first floor.
Cool, let's leave now. Mr. Sholmes is there, right? Investigating, even as we speak?
Yes, told me Nats's name had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes'
Congratulations, Mr. Natsume! He's engaged!
Oh no. Mr. Wilson's not going to like that.
Right. Mr. Wilson's dead. Mr. Wilson's dead. It's fine. That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had to look around in Mr. Natsume's room? I mean, I'm his lawyer. Don't see why not. Just down one flight of stairs. Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Let's get out of here. We can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more that we'll realize is all completely wrong.
Will you let me finish examining, or are you gonna tell me not to?
Fine. Go look at the tea set. Or first, that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Is there something back there?
Yes, it seems like someone's trying to hide something from view.
Let's go. Let's check it out.
What could be behind it, I wonder?
I'm just gonna have a very quick look. Just a little peek.
Maybe let's not, Miss Susato. Susato-san, how about we not do that? How about we not touch things that aren't ours?
But...
I think the maid is gonna head us off with a cup of tea.
Okay, how about we have some biscuits? This old candle holder looks a little out of place here, wouldn't you say?
Wasn't actually... Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some... What?
I mean, I know we're totally looking at the candles, not all the broken, shattered tea stuff behind it at all.
What are you talking about? It's supposed to be gold, but it's all black. It looks gold to me.
What? Eh? What? What?
Oh, that old thing. Yes, it's just a cheap piece of ironmongery. Grimcrack, really? What the fuck is Grimcrack? Why are you doing this to me? That's gotta be.
It's gotta be old slang.
That's gotta be old slang.
It could be current slang that we don't know. Flimsy or poorly made, but deceptively attractive.
Wow. Oh. Used it when I was studying, don't you know, for my commission. I know it's old, hardly worth hanging on to, really, but still, it has some uses sometimes.
Of course.
Does everything in this room have to be some sort of elaborate story behind it?
They're memories, Naruhodo-san. Memories. All alone in the weird flat.
That musical hasn't been invented yet. Look at this crockery displayed here. It's rather unusual, isn't it?
Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? I'm gonna take this home. Ooh.
Although the shelves seem broken, and the crockery is oh no, this is Susato.
Oh dear!
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
It's in pieces.
Oh, I was just saying what you thought.
You know, sometimes I read your mind, sometimes you read mine.
It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that Chinaware justice.
I wonder. That's cute. Have you seen her do that face before? That's cute.
I think like once, maybe.
Maybe the cannon was fired at it.
Yeah, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply there. Also, there would be a hole in the wall. But
Yeah.
sure.
Something got messed up over there. Ooh, look, it's tea time. A wonderful collection of cakes lined up in that gleaming silver cake stand. We've truly arrived now.
Lined up. It looks like someone has half demolished them to me.
Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrodeb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. I'll take 2 myself.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I'm gonna look at it in a second. Oh, wait a minute though. There are at least 10 cakes on this stand.
Oh, but naturally, I would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrodeb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up.
How magnanimous of you.
I'm so magnanimous.
Yeah, this bullshit. So this
All right,
this
that.
candle. Okay, it's not letting me examine it.
All right.
So it's covering up whatever. It looks like I don't think it's dirt. I think it's like.
Looks like that carpet's been ripped up. And then
It looks like the carpet's.
there.
Maybe there was like but there's still discoloration. So maybe it's like there was like a fire
Yeah.
because the candle's over here. Ah.
This window looks out over Briar Road where the young woman was attacked.
Oh yes, I can make out the policeman from the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. Maybe I can investigate it from up here. Since we're not going to investigate it down there, apparently.
Glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. They should really clean these windows.
Does this thing open at all, I wonder?
I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. We might have to burn some more books to defeat this cold.
Sorry?
Nope, you still don't have any evidence. Don't even try. As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot, and then I won't be able to spill it on his nuts anymore.
Honestly, London winters are pretty mild compared to Chicago winters.
Says my Chicago baby.
Yeah.
No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. That's like not
Seems-
wearing a coat on the L in December.
Seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then.
I don't think they've seen anything of anything at all, Mr. Naruhodo.
Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. Maybe we could get some evidence. How low does it get in Chicago winter? Well,
Negative.
very negative.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay, yeah, that looks more like Natsume-san's place right there.
Yeah. So, I think regularly it gets down to -10 Fahrenheit at least. A couple of winters ago when a polar vortex went through, and another polar vortex is coming through this year, so it's gonna get super bad. But when the polar vortex went through a couple of years ago, I think it went down to like -40 Fahrenheit, which is like that's like hospital. That's hospital cold. But usually it kind of hovers around, like, for most of the winter, it hovers around, like, 10 to 0. It's just cold. It's just dang cold. Oh, there's a kitty! What? Just look at this place. And smell it. It's so musty in here.
Watch out for mold.
I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that.
Mew, mew, mew.
Mew, mew, mew. Oh, look at the kitty!
I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life.
We're ignoring the most important thing here. Oh, no, me either. It's so dark in here, too.
Don't light any more candles.
Kitty!
Is that the window over there? I guess we'll look at the window full of bricks.
Well, it was the window, I think, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar.
They're avoiding taxes.
So this is where Mr. Natsume lives.
By the way, there's a kitty here! Also, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you?
He's probably behind some books.
He's in the pile.
No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating.
I swear, if he is not...
Kitty!
Yeah, talk to the
Kitty, kitty, kitty,
Talk
kitty,
to the
kitty,
kitty.
kitty, 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 meow! Oh! Kitty! Oh no, come back!
Oh, adorable little kitty. Koneko-chan, kachi kiteyo.
By the way, do you know the Japanese name for the greeting greeting cat? In Chinese, it sounds
Manuki neko?
Oh, okay. Oh no, I should have waited until last to do it.
What is it in Chinese?
Oh my, what? Oh, that's you.
Oh, yes, it's adorable. It's adorable. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away.
I don't know about that. He disappeared into a pile of books and quick as a flash. That was a tricolor Mike, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Is that
the official name of that kind
for
of
like
cat?
a calico? The first thing that came up was Mike Pence.
No, not that kind of Mike.
Okay. Oh,
Here's some cute kitties.
Mike.
Cute.
Does
We're
it
just
say
Googling
like
kitties.
yeah?
Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him.
That's made me feel homesick now.
I wanted to get a kitty with Cosmos. We've only been in the country for 2 days.
Susato, we were on a boat for over a month. Susato, we were on a boat for a month. I'm allowed to be homesick by now. Susato-san. Susato-san, a month and 2 days.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a calico cat. Here's a calico cat that has a heart in its fur.
Oh
The
my god,
black spot
send
looks
me
like a
that.
heart.
Send me that so I can put it in my Discord.
Oh,
Oh, Zooey can talk with your Discord.
Okay, I'm sending.
Okay.
Okay. It's the cutest kitty.
Okay.
Okay, here comes the kitty.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Kitty's gone now.
I don't want to know about that wastebasket though. Oh look, it's a beckoning cat from home.
A beckoning cat, huh?
Uh-huh.
It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him.
Oh, in Chinese, okay, it's Jiao Zai Mao. Jiao Zai Mao. I don't know the tones for that because you haven't given me the tones because I don't know enough Mandarin to look at that and know the tones. Sorry. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Naruhodo-san.
Look, just because my boyfriend brought his boyfriend all the way to England from Japan,
Okay.
look.
I'm gonna try this again. Jiao Zai Mao? Like that? I don't know. I'll try to learn this. Thank you.
Basically you sound like a cat when you say it. It's adorable.
Aw.
Ooh.
Cute. That's like, oh, we looked up in Russian what meow is in
You
Russian.
did it good, baby.
I did it good. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Riddles. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Oh,
That's not my luggage. That was my boyfriend's luggage.
Wow.
That was my boyfriend's luggage.
He brought a katana, a Daruma, and his
Oh no!
boyfriend.
Okay, it was Rinosuke's.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
That's cute.
it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm because Kazuma can't always protect me.
He's gonna hug his Daruma doll every night now. Well, I imagine Natsume-san wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. By the way, Daruma dolls are hollow, so what do you stash in there, huh?
Right.
Just saying.
It's lube. It's not doing a very good job so far, is it?
You mustn't say such things.
I was thinking it, actually. I didn't say anything. Stop reading my mind. Not okay, Susato-san. Why are my eyes such a giveaway?
There's some meow.
What?
Don't look at the wastebasket. I don't want to know.
Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reached the ceiling.
Has the game of Jenga been invented yet? They're all works of English literature.
I would have to look it up, actually.
They all smell so musty.
With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? Now I have to look this up. I'm sorry, this is definitely the look things up playthrough.
What a dreamy idea.
When was Jenga invented?
Just sit here in a dark room with a window full of bricks.
1983, so
1983. There's no Jenga.
There's no Jenga.
No Jenga for you.
A bad dream, maybe, for me at least. I don't like to read. I'm illiterate. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile will ever be read again.
So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us.
I certainly didn't expect conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy.
Oh boy.
What the hell is that? This appears to be some sort of meter on the wall behind there. It looks very robust. I wonder what it's for. There's a slot for inserting coins here too.
Is that a lock on it? I'm gonna check my diary again.
My
Aha.
coin-operated boy.
I believe that is a gas meter, Naruhodo-san.
This is a very obscure song reference. A gas meter?
Yes, it seems there's piped gas in this district, which consumers pay for by putting coins in the meter.
Wow.
We could try that 5 shilling piece if we hadn't given the bribe away.
Okay, have fun lurking.
Lurk, lurk, lurk.
So if we put a coin in the slot...
Everything will set on fire! It would be enough gas to use the lights and the gas fire for the whole night.
So if you're too poor to have a coin, you'd have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold.
You've figured out the economic problem here. As would a rich man who only carried crisp white notes. You have to make sure to keep the coins on you.
London's a scary place.
I want to see the kitty again.
Kitty, come back. You can blame it all on me. Look at all these balls of paper.
Just
paper, regular paper,
just paper.
Paper made of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them.
Only notes.
In English.
English is the only thing on them.
I definitely did not look into it. I'm just going to assume that's what's in them. It looks like the waste paper basket is full, so they've just fallen out.
I think Natsume-san must have been deeply immersed in his research. Don't you? Deeply immersed.
And what's this book on the counter here? Hentai? Shit! Or deeply adverse to tidying up his mess.
I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Or really anything more about this wastebasket.
So what kind of hentai is it?
That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side.
How did he get a doujin of me and Kazuma?
Those haven't even come out yet.
Right. I heard that was a 21st century thing. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat.
Yeah.
His pet cat. His pet cat. His pet cat. We definitely haven't been making masturbation jokes this entire time. We are definitely talking about the pet cat, but surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes. Surely he dreamt of books.
Books. Just books.
Every night
Only
as well.
books.
Just books.
He must have done, mustn't he? Just books. What's this?
You're a minor. Don't read that. Don't read that.
It's a receipt from a secondhand bookshop. Your books. Uh-oh.
My books?
No, your books.
My books.
Your books.
Yeah, my book. What?
It's your books.
That's what I'm saying. Who's on first?
Your books are on first.
Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of the purchase, 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's not going to be relevant.
Not relevant at all.
Is it evidence? Do we get evidence finally? That's the day of the incident.
That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books.
Yay!
Drink once for evidence.
Woo!
Nom nom.
Hell yeah.
We finally got our first piece of evidence, aside from the map.
Here's my theory. The woman who was stabbed in the back on the other side of the street was actually shot by a cannon from this side of the street.
By the maid.
By the maid.
Oh.
Cops. Customer Mr. Natsume, the sum of 2 shillings tendered in receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
So 2 shillings is going to be 2/5 of 17 pounds.
A meal for Gabrielle and Canterbury Yearnings. So, these are discount, classics, I'm sure. Cool. Alright.
Okay, so you spent 8 euros.
8 euros, I see. Could you even call this a window?
I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although, all that remains is a frame around some bricks now.
So really it's just a wall then, is it? Why would anybody deliberately brick it up like that?
Well, you see, let's talk about tax
Let's
evasion.
talk about tax evasion. For any of those who weren't here last stream, it used to be a very, very common way to evade taxes because you used to be taxed by how many windows you had because they wanted to tax you, the bigger your house is. So they're like, okay, so we're just going to tax you by how many windows you have. And so people started to brick up windows. And they also used to tax you by the number of bricks in your house. So that's why they started using those bigger, massive bricks in some houses in England. Basically, people in England love to evade taxes.
Perhaps Natsume-san painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy, or a wit of fimsy.
That's alarmingly feasible, but I'm pretty sure it's tax evasion. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive.
Well, so do the racists upstairs.
True.
I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying.
I mean, at least his jail cell isn't that much worse.
Is Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah! He's right there!
Finally! Oh my god, we missed you!
Yeah.
Compared to all these other young
Can you make the
people
cat come back, Mr. Sholmes?
Bring back the kitty.
Mr. Sholmes!
Naruhodo-san! Mite! It's Sholmes!
There he is. Where did he appear from?
He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book.
Can he read?
I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Let's disturb him! Hello, Mr. Sholmes! Exclamation mark. Ah, you two, good day. Now let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Burya. You remember? Ah, yes, of course, the Burya. And let me see, what happened on that voyage?
My boyfriend was murdered.
Oh, yes, I had a bad bit of tea.
I became a newly single bottom.
I got poisoned by the chicken.
It was Kazuma Sogi. He died tragically. But you were a great help to us.
Ah, yes, I was brilliant, wasn't I? How's your friend doing then? But of course, the case of Mr. Sogi.
He's dead still.
Oh,
Thanks for asking.
unfortunate. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it?
There was no snake. I mean, okay, there was one snake involved, but it did not actually do the murder.
Oh,
Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least.
what an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock. Oh my god, Susato-san, I love you. This is Mr. Oh, no. My dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. That's what I like to call my brain attic. You see, some people have a mind palace.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the anti-mind palace. It's the brain attic.
I have a brain attic.
I have a tick in my brain.
Miss Naruhodo.
Excuse me?
Ho ho! Oh ho 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 ho! Oh ho 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 ho! And Mr. Susato. Mr. Asogi,
You know? Okay, yeah, that one, sure. You may have gotten those a little. Try the other way around. Try gyoktening that, my friend.
I lose the first round.
You lose every round. Honestly, we lose every time we talk to you sometimes.
Look at him though.
He's very handsome. He's just so dumb.
In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London.
Will you let us live with you?
Well, I'll have to ask the 10-year-old about that who runs my life.
Can we kick her out?
Some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene.
You wanted me to come back to your place, huh?
It was entirely a trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
So they apprehended Sasaki-san in that short of an amount of time?
I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. See, my brain attic only has one room, and that one room can only fit one case.
A little.
It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. And just go putting everything in there willy-nilly, man. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones.
The fact that, you know, snakes don't have ears. Boy.
You're never going to let me live that one down, are you?
No.
Yes, it Sholmes! These are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Oh. Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
Oh, I love to quote myself. I do it all the time. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. I go back and read the stories and I remember what happened in my life, you see?
Oh, we got evidence, Riddles. We got one piece of evidence, see? It's evidence.
Ta-da!
He has books. The evidence, he has books. He has your books. He means Iris, I suppose. But she also just kind of makes shit up, so...
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you mentioned, so please have retained something. Oh, goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should only be too pleased. And this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
Mr. Sholmes, do you have anything that could possibly be evidence? Because we didn't actually investigate the crime scene because we thought that would be too hard, I guess?
Evidence? Now, one only needs deduction, you see. My brilliant deduction and logic.
Oh boy. We know this has to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. Thanks. For the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road.
Natsume? Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Miss Susato. I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you? I mean, what?
I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance.
I'm ignorant all the time. I'm not. I am not merely feigning ignorance.
I am, in fact, ignorant. Also, I know you weren't in the room for this, Shalm, so I'll forgive you this once, but reading my mind, not okay.
Oh, but I do delight in it. It's
Don't,
a hobby.
no mind reading, not okay.
It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension.
Oh, how?
I assure you I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. Crime?
But that doesn't make sense.
The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
Oh, a man. Seen fleeing.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. Your books. On speaking with the proprietor,
I didn't bring any books with me, so could you stop telling me that they're my books?
I was led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question.
So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then?
He fled the scene of the crime. That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here to bury myself in these musty old books and pet a kitty. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia.
Yes, I would like to fuck all of these books.
Apparently, the Japanese foreign student already did. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of pleasure. No.
I am a man of pleasure.
Oh dear, I'm still a minor.
You can go, Susato.
Oh boy, I gotta ask about this guy. Tell me, have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yeah, he's kind of a shit. Yeah, Mr. Garadeb, the retired military man?
Yes, I heard he took an arrow to the knee. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services.
It was the first time I've ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service.
Ooh, nice one. I guess I'm supposed to laugh at that.
I didn't think it was that funny.
I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. It's just a thing that we do here. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer, right here in my diary. And so, conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein.
Betoken their social standing? Sorry?
Oh, you see, you know your old feudal system. Well, we just have maids. Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that, and by the looks of you, I would say you've never been able to employ any maids, have you?
Well,
in the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary! As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Get yourself a maid, they all say.
I had no idea.
And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs.
You're into that?
I'm into that, apparently.
You're a little old.
Specifically in the retired army veteran,
Oh.
Mr. John Garrett.
So you're...
What? You didn't think I was into maids, did you?
Oh, no, you're just gay.
Military kink, you see.
Oh. You like a man in uniform, huh?
Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. A very massive... Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of his case, I am as yet unable to ascertain.
I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say.
That would be most of the time.
I wasn't listening.
This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Are you talking from personal experience? Or?
Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one. All he did was buy some books and run. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here.
Yeah, could you not make outlandish things like that? About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? I told you, Ryunosuke. Tax evasion.
Tax evasion, my dear fellow. No window.
Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Well, you see, it's a method of tax evasion.
I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax!
Ah! I'm so good! I remember things! Window tax? What is that?
Surely not a tax on windows? A window tax couldn't possibly be a tax on windows.
Yeah!
Precisely that. What excellent deduction. Oh my goodness. Wow, I got it. A tax on windows.
I'm
It's a
so
window
smart!
tax.
I'm so smart!
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, you know, the ones without a maid, having inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps rapidly closed windows up. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light! Well, my dear, welcome to industrial civilization. Disease was rife as a result of all those windows opening up, you see.
Wonder if you could also evade window tax by making it bigger and installing a glass door.
Haha!
You would make a great tax evader.
Be a window?
For legal purposes, that was a joke.
Going to court to prove that this is a door.
Right.
Not a window, it's a door, sir.
It makes a better door than a window.
Some 40 years ago, thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example.
I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps.
Would appear so. I've done a little digging. Discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinary low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think.
Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago.
Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation.
Oh?
Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention.
It's probably the excessive black mold. Are you sure? I'm curious now.
Oh, Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes?
Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law?
Well, you remember that, did you?
Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder?
Are you going to court?
I
Do you
might
need a lawyer?
be interested in your services. To the occupant of this room.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mr. Natsume, was it?
I mean, I'm not sure.
Not sure? On what grounds?
Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized. And so promptly, too. Sogi-san's probably not even cold in his grave.
Can you not? That was my boyfriend. Please. Also, like, stop congratulating me. I don't feel good.
Well, congratulations anyway.
The thing is, It's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Oh. Oh no.
Trust. Yes. Trust.
Wow. That's Phoenix Wright's whole thing. And oh
And he's
my
like,
god.
am I right?
He's
to,
like the first well, I mean, okay, the first person he's ever defended was himself, which he has to trust. Like he's gotta trust in himself. And then last time I won, my client went up in flame mere minutes later. Exactly. And also, like, Cosimo was like, you have to trust, like, it's all about trust, and you have to trust in your clients, you have to trust, you know, you trusted in me, and that's why you won. And now it's like, I couldn't trust this client, this guy was a weirdo.
So now he's also questioning what Cosimo told him.
He's questioning his whole, like, the whole basis of, I mean, the basis of what Ace Attorney means that a defense attorney is, not really what a defense attorney is in real life, but
it's like Tetris questioning if it should make lines.
Right.
It's like, this is what the thing is about.
Right, yeah. It's like Mario questioning if he should really be jumping all so much. Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? If only I had something that would, like, show me if someone was lying. Like something that would put, like, locks in front of them, and then I would have to, like, break their locks if they were lying or hiding a secret, and I could check if they were lying.
Wow, does such a thing exist, Naruhodo-san?
I don't know, maybe in the future. I can see it now. It would be in the shape of a Magatama. Anyway, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he?
My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea about really anything. But I look smart.
Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate?
Ah, yes. That was indeed my initial intention.
Riddles. We were actually hinting at something that was in the original Ace Attorney trilogy. There was actually a thing like that.
But there are simply too many fascinating books here. Couldn't possibly ignore them, man.
Oh, I see.
Nevertheless, even though I've come down with mold illness now, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally.
I can't feel any of my limbs.
That was fact number one.
Yes.
The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there is a kitty somewhere in it. Also, there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say.
Exclamation mark!
And one more thing.
Just one?
Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us! I'm afraid you're going to have to take care of a cat. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
I actually very highly recommend Riddles. I very highly recommend that you go on Steam and you get the Ace Attorney trilogy, the original Ace Attorney trilogy. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $20 or something on Steam. It's very good.
Go do it.
It is very good. It's old. Some of it hasn't aged well because it was made in 2001.
You will laugh at the digital cameras.
You will laugh at they're like, it's a digital camera. What's that? Oh, this is kind of is it on PS4? I don't think it's on PS4. It's on mobile. You can actually get it on mobile.
You sure can.
It's on Switch, it's on mobile, it's on Steam.
I used to replay it while taking walks.
Yeah.
It's a really good mobile game because, you know, being a visual novel, it's easy enough to play it anywhere.
Right. I think, like, Apollo Justice is also on mobile. And so are Ace Attorney Investigations, 1.
The original trilogy is so good!
Actually, all of them are on mobile. Don't we have Spirit of Justice on mobile?
Yeah.
And we did Dual Destinies on mobile?
Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah, all of them are on mobile. But yeah. They're really good. Anyway, yeah, he's hiding something.
Do you mean he's hiding something, like behind that screen that's hiding something?
Mr. Gardeb is... Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he?
Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case.
Yeah, it would definitely, if you play through it, you'll definitely understand some of the tropes that are happening in here.
Oh, yes.
And it's just, they're just real good. Mm-hmm. They're just real dang good.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Wright is actually, Ryunosuke Naruhodo's, like descendant. So this is happening before all of the original Ace Attorneys. And Ryunosuke Naruhodo is supposed to be, Phoenix Wright's ancestor.
And Van Zieks is basically Miles Edgeworth's spiritual ancestor.
Yes. It's also, like, it's extremely homosexual.
Very gay.
Somehow was not intentionally homosexual, but is extremely homosexual. It's lovely. Anyway. Something plays on his mind in relation to the case.
Mr. Naruhodo, as yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence.
Also, fun fact, Phoenix Wright's Japanese name is Naruhodo Ryuichi. Very, very close to Ryunosuke. No, you're right. Which is like, if I recall correctly, it's like it translates roughly to like first dragon or like dragon, like.
Yeah, it's the new that's used for dragon.
Yeah, and so Ryunosuke is Dragon Boy?
Yeah, like there's a lot of ex-nosuke in especially older Japanese names.
Yeah, he's Dragon Boy.
Yeah. Like the Dragon Kiddo.
Dragon Kid. Anyway.
And Naruhodo is like, well, it's in, so they make a kind of a play on it in the Japanese because it's like, there's like an extra vowel essentially, but Naruhodo is like saying, indeed.
Yeah, oh yes, that's right.
Yes.
And so they, they localize it in English as Phoenix, which is like, the dragon that's, kind of like sidestep that to Phoenix. And then Wright sounds like, oh yeah, right, correct. It's actually a last name.
It's a really good localization.
Yeah, the Ryuda's name is from Dragon, yes. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Gyarados' secret. Don't take that out of context.
So you're saying that we should go back upstairs and we should look behind the screen that I tried to look behind before, huh?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. I'm just saying it's
I'm going to bet that it is. Also, you already unintentionally homosexual.
You like unintentionally homosexual. Come on down!
One of our biggest ships is Wrightworth. Wrightworth is so good. We have pillows.
Yes.
We have plushies. We have many dojin.
Zines.
Many zines.
It's yes.
Yes.
It's so good.
We have little keychains.
Yeah, and that OTP was my life before I met my sweetie pie. Actually, and then my sweetie pie got into Ace Attorney. And then she came to love them too.
I am going to put a picture on the Discord. I think I have it somewhere. The picture of the pillows that I got.
Yay!
Putting it in the portrait booth. Where are they? There's handsome Mr. Van Zieks' face there. Where is it? There they are. They're very good. Anyway, continuing. I'm sure it'll be relevant.
I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Also, you know my address now.
Oh, yeah. Can I stay at your place?
Did you want to stay on my big plush couch by any chance?
Your chaise? Yes, I would love. A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room.
Has he? Can we poke him? No?
No?
We can't look over there anymore?
Sir? No, he's still hanging.
We'll let you poke him?
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, so true. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo. To stay or not to stay at 221 Baker Street. Oh, 221 B, mind you.
To be or not to be brushed off, that is the question.
221 B, Baker Street.
You're hilarious.
Or not 221 B, Baker Street.
The answer is all too clear.
Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we? But can we adopt the kitty?
Where is the kitty? Come back, kitty! Come back, kitty! Come back, kitty! Come back, kitty! Why would they put a kitty there and then make it fucking move?
I know!
That makes me so mad.
I know, bring back the kitty!
Well,
one in interrogate the kitty.
Eee.
And then feed the kitty and pet the kitty. Oh boy.
Ah, you pair again. Tell me, what was the detective chap? I forget his name. It was the detective chap, I forget his name. Still hard at work down there.
Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan.
Of course, I'll pour it right on your nuts.
Now then, why don't you tell me what... God damn it! What the fuck is wrong with you? For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what the bally you're doing?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
How about you serve me tea without giving me third-degree burns?
I'll be serving you third-degree burns with dinner, sir.
I'll be serving you a bitch slap across the face if you're not careful. Yes, of course. Frighteningly rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to take your leave if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course.
No, not of course.
We'll just peek back behind this screen on the way out, though. But we're deeply grateful for all your assistance. Don't mind us while we're peeking through your screen.
Right.
Bows.
Yeah, we'll just stick around for a hot second. No, not at all, not at all. Don't get much of a chance to talk with young foreigners like yourself. It's been a pleasure. Shady-ass foreigners, get the fuck out of my apartment. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you should see yourselves out.
Go behind the screen.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gerdeb is hiding something. Since no other avenues or investigation seem open to us at the moment, you know, except for investigate the crime scene.
Except for that.
Perhaps we should do some digging after he told us to fucking leave.
Go behind the screen.
How about the screen?
The screen?
Y'all?
Hello?
This is... Oh, what the fuck are you doing, Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing? Mr. Sholmes! What is he doing over there? He's got his butt sticking out in the most tantalizing way.
Mr. Sholmes, are you okay over there?
Mr. Sholmes!
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. You see, the cat ran out, and I was just trying to get a good look through an actual window. See where it ran off to.
Gracious! When did you sneak in here?
Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? That's only for shady people to look through. I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here.
Well... Keeping an eye to one of one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering.
Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes? Oh, me?
Do you see any other Naruhodos in this room?
I mean...
Other than Susato-san?
no.
I thought perhaps you might be in need.
I mean, unless you think that she's my sister. I'm very needy right now.
Perhaps you might be in need.
I'm very, very needy right now. I've had a bit of a dry spell, as you can imagine.
Of a certain great detective's great mind!
Oh, you're great. You're my, Okay, yeah, no, alright, fine. Exclamation mark. That's totally, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
I thought we were gonna keep that between us.
Yeah, wow.
Right in front of Susato-san.
Oh, okay, so soon. Okay, I didn't realize that, I would have someone flirting with me again so soon. I mean, I am single. And since Van Zeeks is probably an arsonist, you know, this guy's probably a better bet.
Do you mean, Mr. Sholmes, anything that I can hear about, given that I'm a minor?
Veritable Edward versus Jacob fucking situation.
Totally.
Team Van Zeeks or Team Sholmes? The answer is polyamory.
Why not both?
Yes.
There is a mighty secret in this modest room.
You know what? Actually, I fucking miss Hosonaga.
I know!
I want him back.
Hosanaga's great. My eyes see even the most trivial trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo?
I did prepare myself this morning for
thinking about Kazuma-sama.
for thinking for deducing.
Deducing.
Prepared for I think so. I think I'm ready, sir.
Thinking. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. And then after dark, well, we'll just see what happens.
I would love to see Mr. Sholmes after dark.
Mr. Gaudeb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, and usually that does turn me on, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. What I'm saying, man, is you're going to need a mold inspector.
I'm saying that landlords are scum.
I'm afraid, sir, that this is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon.
First of all, something questionably shady is going on with you and your maid. And even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Neko-chan?
I think you're a little off. Eh?
And second, is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look!
The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. I don't think so. How could you possibly?
How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts!
You certainly are a beast in the sheets.
Beast in the sheets, detective in the streets. I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed.
I mean to show you after dark, Naruhodo-san.
So, shall we begin the dance? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Shall we dance, Mr. Herlock? The game is afoot. Nature of the beast.
Oh boy. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see.
Found the trilogy on $30 on PS4, but you're not sure if you found the right one on mobile. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can.
It should just be the Ace Attorney trilogy.
Just be the Ace Attorney trilogy.
Anyway, if it's really cheap, then it's because you purchased the thing first and then you purchased the cases after.
Yeah. The fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls.
That's what threw me off first. Is that it's like, why is it like 99 cents and then you pay for it and then you actually pay for the cases individually. Anyway. Oh yeah, no, don't get Dual Destinies. That's not.
Yeah, that's too recent. Thus, we are faced with the question: what form might this beast take? For a man with the military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gaudeb, leads us directly to the answer.
Yeah, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice are both not the original trilogy.
Yeah, they're sequels.
They're sequels to the original trilogy.
Don't play them first.
Yeah.
Play the trilogy first.
Yeah, it should be like the Ace Attorney collection or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trilogy for $30 on PS4 is exactly the one.
I really like his little hat thing.
Yeah, this flip, his little hat.
The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
Yay!
It's obviously a lion.
You are more than welcome to consult me or talk to me as you were playing through it, because I really, really love talking to people about Ace Attorney. I love watching playthroughs. I love I've watched so many Ace Attorney playthroughs.
Queen is a master of Ace Attorney.
I really freaking love Ace Attorney. You're also welcome to ask me for hints because some of the cases are a little bit fucking weird. Anyway, yeah, the lion statue.
Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is this piffle, I ask you?
And your admiration has became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
India? Are lions from India?
Apparently they are, because I say so.
I thought they were from the African savannah. Are there Indian lions? There
Are
could be.
Are there Indian? Are there?
I know that there are like Indian and Siberian tigers, but not. I don't know about lions.
India, or is it perhaps because it came
What?
across the...
Oh, he's got like a slap mark on his cheek. What the fuck?
What? Eh? I missed it.
Yeah, like
What?
for like the splittest of
Really?
seconds, you could see like a little red
Yeah.
mark on his cheek.
Okay, so one population of Asiatic lions exists in India's Gir forest.
Asiatic lions.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good to know.
Though nearly all wild lions do live in sub-Saharan Africa.
Cool.
Living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Lion just wanted some tea, you see, but he had big paws. Well, that certainly does give me pause.
You're so funny.
Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
Oh.
Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. You have no taste in aprons.
I don't have an iPhone. I have a regular phone.
I have
Let me check the Play Store real quick.
Oh, so like you don't have an iPhone, Riddles?
Yeah. Hold
gotcha.
on. Ace Attorney.
Oh dear. Why is he looking at me? Has he figured out that I murdered the lady on the street? Oh wait, she's not dead
Unlimited.
yet. Is she? Look at that. They've got a little photo of.
Oh,
London
they do
streets
not.
up there.
It appears they have.
Hey?
They have Apollo Justice. They have Dual Destinies. They have Spirit of Justice. They have Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth.
Hey?
They do not have the original trilogy
Hey?
on the Google Play Store.
What?
What the fuck?
Wow. Damn.
That's terrible. Anyway.
It is?
Oh!
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. That's like the most useful thing he's done yet in this game.
Mhm.
He actually pointed to something that we couldn't see.
Right. So, Riddles.
Meow, dare they? I love it.
After you finish the trilogy, you can play every other game on mobile that's been translated into English, except for the Ace Attorney Chronicles. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which is on the Switch, and also Steam.
Mm-hmm. Well, protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Oh no.
Although I
no
don't...
circuses.
No circuses.
Ah!
All the canon games, anyway. There is a Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton that is non-canon that we have not played.
You sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Carrot Head.
Is that so?
At Batty's Circus.
What?
A traveling show currently
No,
sold
no,
to
no,
a
no, no,
nearby
no circus
park.
cases, no!
I'm afraid, Mr.
No!
Motherhodor, you're going to have to go to a circus.
No, if I see a clown, I'm going back to
You're
Japan.
going to have to talk to clowns and lion trainers.
No, no.
You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
One ventriloquist and I'm out. I am back to Japan.
You sold the lion to the circus troupe.
I most certainly did not.
I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion!
I think you're an idiot.
And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire.
I would rather not. We're gonna not go to the circus.
We're going to absolutely
We're
not
going
go
to
the circus.
absolutely avoid the circus at any cost.
How much do we have to go through to find out it was a calico cat? Now, Mr. Garodab.
I would buy it for you, honestly, but I also money is an issue here right now too.
It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast.
You're in love with this lion.
You wanted to elope with the lion. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible.
I believe I've bought the Ace Attorney trilogy for about 5 people. Like 5 people in my friend group. I think I bought it for Nature, for sure. I bought it for maybe, definitely Antlered, maybe Ren? I don't know. Lots of people. I like to buy. I definitely bought it for Fu, and I don't think he's even played it. Maybe I bought it for, I don't know. I like buying it for people. I like to force people to play it. Anyway, exclamation mark.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm.
No, I think it's the slap across his face that I saw while he was jumping up.
Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go, you furry.
Yeah.
The strain of losing something so dirty.
I think it's not so much furry as it is bestiality.
Ah, yes, the fairies would be a bit offended by that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Agent Lang. What, huh? You talking about me?
Yeah, so, here I am from Changfa, a country that definitely exists. Nonsense, man, we're not furry shaming, furries are great.
No, we love furries.
Furries have a suspicious amount of money.
We're furry celebrating. There's another Ace Attorney game that has a character that basically seems like he's probably got a persona.
Yeah, he probably has ears and a tail at his house. Like, yeah. Anyway.
Furries are great.
Yeah, we love furries. We are not furries, but we love them.
We love them very much. But we must now ask ourselves, is the truth...
See the redness around his eye right here?
Hey.
You see that redness?
Oh, we're gonna get to go, do the...
Yeah, we're gonna get to circle around.
Like...
Her eye is closed. What?
Yeah, what the...
Does he try not to look at it?
What the fuck is going on in this place, man? We need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer.
Your furry friend is always broke, but somehow they always have money for furry stuff. Maybe the reason why they're broke is because they're always paying for furry stuff.
Yep, put in any fandom there, really.
Right.
Like, so there's this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Wait, that's actually, I feel it. I feel this pile of bills, that's definitely given rise to my pain. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Oh, well.
I mean, that might be part of the case, but I don't think that's...
Cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, tea, lubricant, oh dear. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household.
Feeding your beloved?
And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Oh, the fucking... You're talking about the lion! The lion! I think you're an idiot. Wow.
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable act. Unimaginable? Like your entire line of bullshit here. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there.
Ooh, there's a burnt book over there. You see? You see?
Yeah,
you see? Ooh!
Yeah. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah! This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed.
No.
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes.
What are you talking about, dude?
It seriously looks like someone took a bite out of every cake and just left it there.
Yeah. Can I take a bite out of some of those cakes?
Seriously.
I am.
There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite.
What do you mean this deduction isn't as bad? He thinks that there's a lion involved. What do you mean this isn't a bad deduction?
Was it or was it not?
Still bad.
By a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Wrong country, though.
Whatever do you mean?
Not as bad as the last one. I don't know, the last one was still kind of on the rate, like... Just...
Last one
was... Actually, I was gonna say, the last one was the...
That involved the snake.
No, I think it was the one where... It was the one where where he thought that Kazuma died by tripping over a cat.
Well,
or we thought Kazuma died by tripping over a cat. Or something like that.
Kazuma. Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Oh boy. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. Om nom nom. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. I checked its dental records. Wow. Wow.
Herlock, my dear honey, sweetheart.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle.
Sweetheart. Darling, please. No.
Now, did you want the after dark celebration? Yeah,
What's the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
That was definitely my face. Oh, I did that on purpose again, Mr. Garrett, but I'm afraid I don't care. My deductions can be startlingly sharp, much like my steampunk outfit. Stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. They cry all the time over me. Make them weep.
Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but, sweetheart, no. Honey, no.
But I made an excellent deduction.
No, okay.
It was a lion.
Why do you always involve animals, first of all?
Well, clearly they're furries.
No, sweetheart, that's not a fursuit, that is a military uniform. Anyway, can I make an observation?
An observation?
It's your IQ is about, like, 80?
Oh, coming from you, well, I suppose you would know that.
Mine's
no
only
IQs.
90, but, I mean...
Well, certainly. What is it, Mr. Nadahodo?
Well, your deductions just now kinda sucked. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Who needs common sense, my good man? I certainly don't. I've gotten by without a lick of common sense in my life.
You know, that's all too obvious. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realm of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Karadeb and his maid would have been hurt or worse, you know, something like that.
Canon theory explains the carpet better than a lion.
Seriously.
I was joking about the canon.
That's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon.
Oh, shut up.
He held the beast
No,
and
stop talking. No, you can't marry our two theories like this.
pointed his cannon at the lion.
I thought you said they sold the lion to the circus.
After pointing the cannon at it. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing, but I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea or eats cake. By the way, I'm going to eat the cake. My dear Miss Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they're infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
Yes, except for the Americans who dumped it all in the harbor.
What a glorious notion. I
never liked tea.
Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again and my time to eat cake.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it.
All right, so Sato wants to give me wants me to give you a massage. So you just turn around, I'm just gonna massage you gently.
You give him a massage, and I'll just go age a few years so that I can be in this room.
No, you can You can step out of the room. I'm gonna get the massage oils.
I'm just gonna go behind the screen and find out what's in the bookcase they're hiding behind the screen that we can't go behind. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner.
You cannot use the P word. No. There's no using the P word for you. You can't.
Cosmo cries a single tear.
No. Yeah. No. Not for you.
You haven't earned that, and you never will.
You haven't earned the word partner. We don't even know yet whether or not this case is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. We don't know whether it's going to help. Still, I do like the idea of massaging him with all those oils. But no partners.
No partners.
We're not partners. Uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe.
No, you can.
Unless you bring the cupping action back. No, that's not partners. That's. Then I would call you master.
Not for the after dark party.
The oils aren't?
Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular.
Yeah, it's my turn.
It's his turn.
I like how the
big ass sword.
The sword is sticking out from a very interesting place.
That's an mission take a great detective to see. The fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these walls. And thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? For a man with the military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. It's a lion.
No, not that.
You're into bestiality. You ran away with the lion to the circus.
I really didn't see the lion thing coming, honestly.
Nobody did.
I never saw the lion thing. That's what
you
it's
never
called,
saw
right?
The lion thing? I love the lion thing. It was my favorite.
This is legally distinct from the Lion King. This the lion thing.
The circle of strife.
The circle of strife.
The circle of strife.
It's the circle of strife.
If you observe Mr. Karadep's reaction.
Circle of strife sounds like my life recently. Anyway.
Rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room, and it's going to take us a long time to say it's just a calico cat.
Yes, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
Well, we must follow Mr. Karadep's case.
What must we explain?
That will lead us to the true answer.
How do you randomly harmonize so well?
Aww.
Because we're so in sync.
We are so in sync.
Maybe the mortar shells? I mean, that's the only other thing I can point to. What is that?
What?
What is that?
What is going on in there? What the? That's freaking dark.
What is this photograph?
Does it make you laugh? Appears to be from Mr. Karadep's
wedding?
Hey! Nani? He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride. And I'm really very good at making out.
No, how unfortunate.
That's what
that you
Kazuma
don't
always
have
told me.
Kazuma-sama anymore.
Kazuma always told me that I was really good at making out.
Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. Haha.
I wonder what happened.
I don't-
Probably best not to delve too deeply there.
Don't want to know about this marriage.
Newlywed bride, Mr. Garrideb. Probably to really cause the damage.
Oh, weird. The newlywed bride.
The newlywed!
It was a newlywed bride.
Objection! It was the newlywed bride. What? Oh.
Whoa.
Hi, Clav. How you doing?
Hello.
Sorry, I love. Look at his
God.
little smug face.
He just.
They just give him the best models. He's really.
He's, yeah.
They make him very handsome.
He's a handsome boy.
He's a handsome boy. The true nature of the beast that is run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. What a beast! God, she's ugly.
Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo.
I am too homosexual for this.
No other explanation could possibly fit. Women are beasts.
Wow.
Yes, this frame print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured,
We can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Are you serious?
what?
Wow, her arms are like tree trunks. And, you know, I'm really good at making out. Seriously? I can't see your arms. Oh,
Indeed, surely. Any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
I don't know that any woman would love to be described as a beast.
Women love it. I describe them as beasts all the time.
Honored might be stretching the point.
Too late. The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb.
What the Yeah, you see?
I saw. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Maybe it's the victim. Maybe the victim was his wife.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
The plot chickens.
Hey. Well, I never. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but just play to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Oh boy, the poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear, well, anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. I guess
But
the lion got her.
Seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. The clue that this maid is trying to hide.
She ran away to the circus.
I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be.
Don't make us go to the circus. Oh boy.
It's her fucking ring, isn't it?
Of
They're married.
course they are.
Are we going to the crime scene at all?
Crime.
No, I think we're just going to.
No.
The thing is, like,
No.
fucking Rinosuke's like, oh, there are cops on the crime scene. I don't like cops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like cops.
Let's just go
Last
everywhere else.
time I ran into a cop, they shoved me into a cupboard and I got arrested for murder.
I'll shove you into a cupboard. Wow, it's a sun.
She's wearing a very large ring. Look.
It's a lion ring. Sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments.
Sunflower's a stretch.
On the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's a wedding ring. Ekko no medetou gozaimasu.
It looks like it's there for life too. Can't imagine it would slide off her finger that size.
Ow.
Wow!
Harsh.
That's some fat shaming.
Damn. You
Naruhodo,
go to the corner.
Rinosuke. No.
Bad.
Jail. It's jail for you. Jail for 100 years.
That's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to say.
Yeah.
Do you know Mr. Garrideb's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one? There's a large sunflower design as well. I'm just saying, we figured this out already. Moving right along.
Really? You have a great memory for these things.
I just used my eyeballs.
Man had an affair. His wife stabbed the woman because case closed.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might be onto something.
I like it.
It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? I don't think it's a coincidence at all.
Total coincidence.
Take that!
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
Ah!
Oh, he's jigging, right? He's getting into it.
Mm-hmm. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away.
Look at how his hips are like jaunted right there.
He's so jaunty.
Yeah.
What I really like about his poses like this is he always like kind of has his hips sort of jutted forward.
Right.
And then
He's
got
very
his
like
shoulders back and he like leans
yeah.
into it.
He has good posture. He's like ta-da.
He's like, oh. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Godeb's bride in this photographic print.
He's very confident, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Confidently wrong.
In other words, please be true. Anyway, you are no ordinary household maid.
Well, exclamation mark. No. You are Mr. Godeb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Godeb herself. Oh my word!
We don't get to say it
Word.
together this time? We don't get to do
We don't get to do the thing.
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, my Joan. Let yourself go, you might say, but you really have to... Wow!
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet here you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
That's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has pride, don't you know?
All you got was a participation medal.
Oh, by golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ.
Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. Household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. As for the staff, well, no one considers them to be anything at all.
Right.
In my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly.
You mean Mr. Garrett and his wife work as you mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as his maid?
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? I'll make you work as the maid next time.
Only in company, obviously. But listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please.
Wow. This guy's just afraid of being outed as lower class.
Yeah.
The raging wife of wow, damn. Up onto the carpet,
Yeah,
gnawed by the starting line.
Since the lion doesn't exist, we can assume...
Now, Mr. Karadeb, it was your wife gnawing on the carpet. Plainly clear that you have deep feelings for this formidable beast. You do not blithe pose of distress. This loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm.
Mr. Shum is quite... He's something.
He is something.
He really is something.
He's something.
Yeah, that's what we can call him. He is something.
Something.
He's still calling Mr. Garrett's wife a beast, which, rude?
Pretty rude, yeah. As a woman, yeah, that feels rather uncomfortable, I gotta say.
Hey, Mr. Sholmes, can you stop being so sexist, please? But Miss Garrett is standing right beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Beast where, though? Wink wonk.
Unlike
Beast in the sheets, exactly.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't lost his beloved. Unlike Ryukun.
Ryukun. My boyfriend
is beloved.
Kazuma-san.
I'm always watching over you. How true. Kazuma-sama. Perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gyarados' pain is tangible, though. Could that pose really signify? Could it be the fact that his hand was fucking
she slapped him in the fucking face?
Wow. Oh my! Look at that bright red mark.
Gosh, that's quite something. Clearly made by somebody's hand.
Yes, Mr. Gyarados has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard. From a weird angle, too.
We interrupted them.
That would have been like she would have to have been standing like behind him.
Really weird. Never seen such a clearly defined mark.
I have a lot.
You'll learn when you're older.
Yeah, when I'm looking at the mirror, from behind.
I've given him lots of clearly defined.
Shh, Kazuma, go back in the sword.
Whoever could have done such a thing?
She's a minor, Kazuma. Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. Take that!
Oh, so sharp.
God, that is such a... Yeah, she would have to have been standing, like, behind him.
Weird.
Yeah, like, she would have been, like... Psh.
What? Like...
Yeah, it's like the thumb is down, so she's like... So she would have had to, like...
Maybe he was upside down. Or
maybe it's like backhanding.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she backhanded him from, like, behind and be like, bam. That's a weird... Yeah, it's a weird...
Take that.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. But the position's weird.
And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark.
I don't know, like a
cheek.
backhand would still go up. It would have to be.
What's the weirdest backhand?
Yeah, no, it can't be the backhand. It has to be because then the thumb would be on top. The thumb is on the bottom, so she would have to have slapped him like this. Like you really can't see us, but we're like slapping each other on the face right now. She would have had to have done that. Yeah, which is such a weird.
It's weird. It's
weird
a weird
hand position. It's not. The thing is, left or right-handed. It doesn't matter. Like my sweetie is left-handed. I am right-handed.
If I smacked you in the face with my left hand,
I am not right-handed. I am a right.
Ambidextrous.
I'm right dominant ambidextrous. I write with my right hand, but everything else I can do ambidextrous. But yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it basically hand twisted, like weirdly. Anyway,
the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refused to fade was the lion. The lion smacked you in the face.
Right.
It was you, Madam Joan Garridad.
We're gonna look at her and her hands are on backwards.
Yup. Well, yes, I like to slap him all the time, but that's really no one's business. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Now, I'm a fellow Kingster, and I do understand these things, but...
You're a Kingster? Oh yeah, the handcuffs.
Didn't notice that on the ship.
Never mind. How the blazes did you work that out, man?
Like I said, seen it before. Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow.
That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well,
Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? Is it because she's the top in the relationship, the dominant, as you say?
Probably.
What caused Madame Garridad to fly into a rage, and was it consensual? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. It was the bills, man! I get it this time. Yes. Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established the lion never existed.
He's been paying for this other woman. Now, like Alexander Hamilton.
Which can only mean the thing responsible for gobbling up all the food was Mr. Garrett's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing.
The fat shaming, Mr. Naruhodo-san. You've got to stop. You gotta stop the fat shaming. Bad.
Bad boy.
100 years in prison. 100 years. You're going in the omnibus with Mr. McGilded.
Damn.
Yes, well... She's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
I have a feeling we shouldn't be here. Why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? Why?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Maybe he made a really dumb fat joke. Mr. Naruhodo-san, why don't you make that joke to her face? How about you say that to her face and see how that slap goes? Yeah. Naruhodo-san, why don't you walk up to fucking Mrs. Gildereb, whatever the fuck, Gibbereb, or whatever the fuck it is, and you tell her how fat she is and see if she slaps you upside the face, because she fucking will. You better not test her. Bookmark?
Oh.
Ooh! Oh. He's having an affair! He is! He's having an affair!
Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look at this bookmark. Mr. Garrett is clearly an avid reader, and that's the interesting part here.
Yay, you made us smart! You did the thing!
Yay.
Riddles, congratulations!
Yay!
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. I would know a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
Ooh, James.
James?
Ooh, isn't this guy a John though? Hold on.
Yeah, wait a second.
Well, I
Mr.
can't.
John Garrett.
Yeah, I thought it was John.
John James.
Fucking. It's yes. Incidentally, there's a John and a James in my family.
Yep, I was just thinking that.
There are actually two Jameses in my family. One is.
And my mom's named Mary.
Yep. Yeah, my dad is John. My uncle, I have an Uncle Jim, and my grandfather was also James. So. Yeah, lots of Jims and James and Johns. And I have an Aunt Mary.
Okay, this is not really.
So these are all related to me, everyone.
I just want to note that my grandmother has like the most grandmother name, Lucille.
My grandmother's name on my mom's side is Susan. My grandmother on my dad's side is Rita.
Okay.
Very grandmothery names. Very grandmothery. And look next to the signature here.
Lip marks? Made with lipstick? I've got to try that lipstick. What a passionate, romantic gesture.
Oh, I should find this color. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
This bookmark is actually a love note then.
They actually went there. But you know, I would really say the pile of bills does give rise to the pain you suffer.
You know, the Take That actually sounds very similar to Edgeworth's Take That in the investigations. His Take That. It sounds very similar. Ryanosuke. We have a very similar Take That. Yes, this is a love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. His grandfather's name is Willie.
Wow. Wow, that just takes the cake.
My other grandfather's name is Randy, so there's that. You're gonna know all of the names of everybody in my family except for me.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, marry me. Passionate indeed. I do. Look at that face. Perhaps the sender of this note to certain Miss Mary is the fly in the ointment. Did we even find out the name of the woman who
Oh, so she slapped him normally that time. But I don't know the Bali woman. Okay, now it'll let me look at the thing.
Okay.
Hold on.
He got the book from a used bookstore, and someone just left a little
John!
note in
It's
there.
John!
Yeah, his name is frickin' John.
His name is John. Is there any Jameses in here?
Him. Do we have the name of the woman who died?
Oh, Male Strongheart. It's Maelstrom.
Ah.
Yeah, like a.
I
like
get
a,
it.
I don't. We don't have a. We have Joan and John, and there's no James.
No.
You don't know her? The note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
It was just in there, you say? Oh dear.
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
A likely story.
What's very weird about my brother's names? Not German or Chinese. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, my name is also not American. My family was like, I'm not saying what it is because yeah. But my parents named me after like a roommate of theirs or like an old friend, and it is a foreign name that is pronounced very, very, very wrong by everyone all the time.
Very wrong.
It's like kind of Spanish. So it's weird. Anyway.
Unlikely story.
Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time.
I'm not a thing. I'm not a beast. I'm your wife.
So if there's an Alan or a Steve, that's either my brother or me. Edgar Allan Poe and Stephen King. Wow.
Well, must be enjoying this game where we have these old writers and old fictional characters and.
I mean, my best friend growing up was named Natasha after Natasha Yar in Star Trek.
Wow.
It's a real thing.
Wow.
I bought the book at a secondhand place, and that note must have already been there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? We're just gonna sit here.
Just gonna sit here. It's gonna see how long she's gonna pour that tea into.
I was gonna say it's not gonna flow over until I press the next button.
Just infinite tea.
Infinite cup, infinite tea.
You got the fish and chips. You got the infinity tea.
Yeah. We've got the infinity tea. We've got the infinity cup. We've got the combination infinity tea and infinity cup.
Somewhere Thanos is
That's right. That's what I was gonna say. In the infinity what?
Yep. Unlikely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James.
Oh God, here we go.
Stop
again.
it!
Stop the.
My name, in case you've forgotten, is John.
Unlikely story. I'll just
You
keep
know
saying
my
again and
name.
again.
Are you questioning my name now? Daft woman. Oh,
Jeez.
what a bitch.
This is really disturbing. There we have it. It's physical abuse. Rouse the suspicions of the. Jesus Christ, Sholmes.
What the fuck? Why are you being so sexist? Come
I'm
on.
a sexist asshole, you
Stop calling women beasts.
These two are racist and I'm sexist. What a combination.
Ugh.
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Stop.
Smirk, smirk, smirk.
Stop this. Also, that was my I know it said Mr. whatever the fuck's name is supposed to be saying it, but that was from me. That was my You need to add the harmonization to your shipping name, Dancing Harmonization Queen.
Aww.
Well, I mean, Dancing Queen's already a song, so it's already in there.
Dancing Queen. Only 17. Oh, unimaginable. The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over here. You slapped it silly. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has set upon the answer very neatly indeed. It's the cake. Let's all have cake now. To explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the tower of cakes.
I'm specifically looking at those tarts.
Can I please have some cake now? Surely Mrs. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray in this room is a result of her wild temper.
Really? No, that's true. I guess it wasn't the calico cat after all.
Right.
So this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes's deduction that we need to fix. We need to only follow Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Is this spat really relevant to the case of the woman who was stabbed outside their door? This is what I'm wondering.
Does this have anything to do with anything at all?
All right, let's see what we can see.
Yes, let's see if there's anything to do with the case at all. Anywhere.
Okay, well let's do a like a look around and see if there's anything like standing out.
I mean, is it like the candelabra is missing?
I mean, it's definitely the candle. I mean, maybe this. I mean,
what left the carpet in such a state? It's the candle.
I can't do this candle.
But isn't it like on the candle?
Yeah, I was trying to like click the candlestick, but yeah.
I think on the thing.
Let's do this candles perhaps.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be
dangerous.
It
needs a more flared base.
I'm still a minor, and I'm still scarred from... I'm not even going to talk about it.
Look, I'm just saying, if you want to have this, if you want this to have any practical use, you need to have a flared base.
Did Kazuma-sama teach you that?
Maybe. I plead the fifth. Is the fifth a thing right now?
Not yet.
I need to ring the states. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. You don't really need to take a close look to say that. Thank you for the drink, Riddles.
Drinking. I didn't notice that before.
Didn't you?
I didn't notice that before.
Do you need glasses? Do we need to take you to get some spectacles?
I did not notice that. Didn't notice it at all. I never notice things.
All right, we need to take you to an optometrist. We need to get you some spectacles. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from its holder?
Could it be because it's on the carpet down there?
Candlestick, bitch.
But cake, though.
But cake, though.
Yes, so good.
To explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at this candlestick. It was the maid in the living room with the candlestick.
Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth.
It was really a labyrinth of your own making, though.
I love to make labyrinths.
Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured, clearly visible. Devoured by a candlestick that was on the floor that you wouldn't, let me observe before you wouldn't let me pick it, so whatever.
The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away.
Scorch marks?
It would appear that this room is the scene of a little marital altercation.
Do you need a way to get out of this marriage, Mr. Garrideb?
Do you need some help?
Yeah.
Do you need adult protective services?
Right. Mrs. Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face. Like how we were possibly solving the whole thing from across the street of the crime scene. We're solving a marital spat, not a murder.
Yeah.
We're not solving the stabbing. We are solving a marital spat.
Wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Do you think we could maybe investigate the crime scene?
Maybe.
And in seconds, the carpet was alight.
Okay, that looks like a freaking wooden floor to me.
Yeah.
So you're saying just the carpet burned down?
Yeah, and the whole corner of the room went in, and the whole corner of the room in flames.
What?
Wait, hold on. Mr. Garrett, but on the entire room, the strike of her mighty force caused a candle to fall from the holder, and in seconds the carpet was alight, the whole corner of the room
okay.
in flames.
In flames, yep. Alright, it is, yes.
It's something. It
was
a very, very long sentence. That was three, come on, dude.
Wow. Your sentences are getting so complex.
Yeah, they're getting so long. You've always loved it by long
back
sentences.
when all you would say is yes!
Yes! Yes.
For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but right here between these...
If this is not connected to the crime...
Seriously.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Seriously.
And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok.
Jeez.
Can we stop referring to a woman as a beast?
Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So see, there is but one conclusion here. We're both a little sexist.
Mm-hmm.
And fat-shamey.
Yeah.
Ooh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire.
That was quite a clunky thing to dance together there about.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, he stood up.
Oh.
Oh, that little
Wow,
slide down his shoulder. I salute you.
Is he gonna?
Are you, dude?
Is this the murder we're investigating at? What the? What is even going on here?
Sir? Sir? Did you have a heart attack?
Sir?
Sir? Are you okay?
Deduction complete. Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
They just make it so gay.
They make it extremely homosexual.
Ugh.
Are you okay? It's these dashed long winter's nights, you know, nothing but to read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my good my old novels there.
We're gonna have to go to the bookshop, aren't we? And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
There were books at the scene of the crime.
There were books.
And this guy goes to that bookshop.
He goes to the bookshop.
Were they the same books?
Were they the same books?
Anyway.
You discovered some illicit material? For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
I don't know about admonished. Demolished might be closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description. Obviously she doesn't enjoy it. Here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by a fire when the candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in a blink of an eye, you know. Whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames.
You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
That's sympathy for ya. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The body furniture started going up as well. Had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here? Mr. Garradeb, you know, here behind the screen that I've been trying to go behind?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to touch people's things until they tell you to.
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you allow me.
Yeah, see, he asked. He said, if you allow me. You just wanted to poke behind. Oh,
Whoa.
no. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Hush. And the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is I lost my favorite, a book called The Lion's Pride.
Aww.
Also legally distinct from The Lion King.
The lion's pride. Ah, yes. Your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I knew you were furry.
I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. There was a warthog on the front of it. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage.
Mr. Sholmes's deductions turned out to be correct. Once again, they were totally
Your definition
correct.
of correct is very liberal. It can only just be described as a great British wonder.
Should go on the Great British Baking Show.
Right.
Deduction.
I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fettle.
Could we just refer to her as a woman or
Yeah,
something?
can we refer to her as the wife or a woman?
Person?
Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure if I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock, I think. Wow, you mean the time of the murder?
So at exactly the same time as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
That's I don't know about that. That's I don't know.
Maybe we're supposed to bring this up in court as when the witnesses come. They're like, yeah, we were looking at this woman, and it's like, why wouldn't you have noticed the fire in the building?
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know.
Totally,
we're supposed
maybe.
to throw them off like that.
Dot dot dot.
Are we gonna get any evidence out of this, or are we just gonna done this whole fucking thing?
Marriage counseling.
Yeah.
Dot 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 indeed.
You know what? I think Mr. Sholmes, if you will, I think I have another calling. Marriage counselor. I'll become a psychologist.
Wonderful. You can start with.
I can practice by marrying you.
Yes.
And then we can counsel each other.
Ah, that sounds quite delightful. I do believe that my husband died in a restaurant in Japan, so.
When I just finish this, he's gonna stir with his pipe again, maybe? I don't know.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you?
Will you marry me?
Why not?
Well, I think
Sounds
we've
like
got
fun.
to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation now.
Merciful heavens.
But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances?
No, nothing at all.
Are we gonna get any evidence?
This is just a lark. Can't help you there, I'm afraid.
What?
My dear fellow, if you call, I did say as much from the outset. I'm just messing around. Warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. Haha, I've just wasted your time.
I hate you. Something deep inside me just legitimately hates you.
Does this make you want to come stay with me still?
I'm still poor. I can still live with someone I hate.
You can't afford a maid. Or a hotel room.
Will you dress up as a maid?
I told you, man, I have a military kink, not the other way around. No maids.
Okay, what if I dress up as a maid?
What if you dress up as someone in the military?
I mean, I have a sword and a uniform, so
It
that's...
is a good start.
I mean, we could pretend. I just knew you were gonna say that!
I love messing around with you.
Yes, marriage counseling sounds amazing for a recently widowed bottom.
Yes.
If I dress up as a maid, will you cuff me again? Exactly.
A recently widowed bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's his grinder profile.
Recently widowed bottom.
Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart.
It's Grinder is like the oh gosh, what do you call them? In the newspaper.
Personals?
The personals in the
Yes.
newspaper, but in the old London newspaper.
The old-timey personals.
Hear ye, hear ye!
One recently widowed bottom.
One recently widowed bottom is in search of a Kazuma-sama. I don't know what this means. Does anyone have a katana? Anyone?
One great detective at 221B Baker Street
Is looking for a man in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a maid.
Possibly a man in a Japanese university uniform.
Yeah, must love single fathers.
Bear in mind that all things fall into only one of two categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. He's actually right about that.
I mean,
he's actually right that like
all
basically,
matter does fall into those two categories.
You
it could
know?
also, as much as it could fall into the categories of a banana and not a banana.
Everything else in our lives is actually not relevant to this case, for sure. And
Yeah.
we're right now just figuring out of this bullshit, what is actually relevant to the case.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, no matter. It's of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Are you coming home with me or not for the after dark party?
I mean, sorry.
Me or Van Zeeks? Who is it going to be?
Both!
Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over, but visiting hours at 221B will soon begin.
Oh no, is that time already?
If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
Can I get evidence, please? Well, that's it. No more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like to betake yourself to bidding us farewell now so we can get back to slapping each other. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrett, in which I shall place some poison.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry. I mean, thank you both very much for your time.
If you need it, sir, if you need any help, you should really go to a home for abused men.
Mm-hmm. Just, here's a newspaper. Call one of these numbers and...
Right, Sasaki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Alrighty, let's go.
Alrighty.
Prison.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What? This isn't the prison!
I just wanted the scarf, okay? Just stopping by for the scarf. After I get this scarf, we need to hurry back to the prison. I'm just pulling it off the snowman.
Yeah, I know. Let's hail a carrot.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What's the matter? Is it because we forgot to go to Natsume-san's lodgings, which was like the whole point of why we went there?
It looks like something's going on over there in front of Mr. Garrett. It's in front of the Garrett's house. You know, the one we just came out of.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Eh?
What the sh- What are you?
Oh my goodness, I love this person already. Okay. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers.
Who are you calling an old man, you run-looking prim-nimmy?
This guy's immediately reminding me.
Okay.
This guy is like King George III meets Max Galactica. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella here? What are you on about?
Excuse me.
Hey, what the? Who are you now? I have the same fucking voice for everyone. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, it looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see.
Hey, a lawyer, what? Can I be of any assistance? I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. I'll be on my way for today, you mark my words. It ain't over yet! What?
Get thee to a nunnery!
Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? What? A Nancy.
I do hope you're not injured.
I hope we never have to see that guy again.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
What was that all about? And also, what the fuck are you? Like, could probably get rich just by stealing your clothes.
I could probably get rich just by looking at you.
You're right.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I am also not Horatio.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but what the fuck? I mean, are you a lodger here in the Garradeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Really? Why? Mr. Garradeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor?
Oh, yes. Slept with him once. Gentleman named Natsume.
Really? Is he any good?
He was a little nervous.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Oh, more worthy a polemist in my battle was ne'er could there be.
Sorry? Battle, did you say?
Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
Oh?
Long into the night.
Sparred, huh?
We sparred. We sparred.
We sparred.
We sparred long into the night.
We had many a sword fight, let me tell you. I see.
I don't see, but I'm a minor.
You're a minor. It's okay.
It seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances, at least. That's what we're calling it.
Sure.
Acquaintances.
Acquaintances. They
They're
are
acquaintances.
very well acquainted.
Very, very well acquainted. So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
Yeah, bye.
I didn't really understand him, but think he's returned to his room.
He's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, Mr. Garradeb's certainly a house full of eccentrics.
Is that guy gonna be a witness?
I bet you he will.
Gonna be a frickin' witness.
Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage.
Yes, let's get out of here. I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return.
Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Wow, that was something.
Oh boy.
Oh, sir. Either that or they're gonna be jurors.
Right? Oh god, worse. Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Locum student, Mr. Nutthodor Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. You are definitely touched in the head, sir.
Yeah.
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Indeed. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese! Even he's saying that. Wow.
Oh, now let's not get carried away.
Nope, I'm getting carried away.
Oh? Van Zeeks?
Oh?
I hope.
I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand...
Oh!
Did you like my Van Zeek's impression?
Oh, it's my other boyfriend. I mean...
So is it going to be him or me?
I'm still deciding.
Look at this. Look at him showing up at the prison just to hit on you.
I've seen you twice, and I've seen Van Zeeks once. I just gotta have another once over.
It is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least.
Oh no, it's
you. It's you. The miserable, rotten spy, Herlock Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
I have no intention of doing anything per se.
I am doing someone.
Save observing, of course.
Why are you watching us?
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, I came to find out where he gets his pornography.
Right, I've seen this tentacle hentai, and I'm quite intrigued.
Having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home. See how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room! At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option, and you're avoiding tax as you're in prison. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight. It cost me not a penny.
Have you no libraries?
In libraries like this one. Ah! You! How dare you, Herlock Holmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake.
Yeah, you and me both.
Haunted by spirits in these accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned.
Don't look at me like that, Susato.
I'm looking at you like that. I'm trying to read your mind, but you're blocking me right now. I don't like it when you block me.
Well, it's not okay. It's not okay when you read my mind.
Just a little mind reading though.
No.
Just a little bit.
No mind reading.
Fine. What are you thinking then, Naruhodo-san?
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean?
And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words.
What?
Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings are full of black mold, and indeed for tomorrow's trial.
What's that supposed to mean?
Thanks.
Alright.
Cursed trial.
Mr. Natsume, what did you mean what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed.
Oh no, why? Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, I see. That's really agitated him.
You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow?
Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey?
The Reaper? Oh no! What do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words! 16 salient sentences, actually.
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecutor. Ever. Is that 16 words?
You know, I'm just gonna take a screen cap so we can count
yeah, I'd count it. ...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nice job!
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly.
I can count.
Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. The fact that he...
Wah!
Wah! But then after the trial was over,
yeah,
well,
the localization team was really fantastic.
more Reapers showed up and
yeah,
everyone died, basically.
Yeah, Sovereign was there. It was a mess.
It was rough. The defendant passed away in a horrific burning tragedy. He was on flames, and
yeah,
it was a nightmare that I'll never be able to sleep after that. And
also for context, during like the first 3 months of the pandemic, we spent it playing through the entirety of the Mass Effect series.
Wow.
Mr. McGilded, what a fucking weirdo. I'm so glad I don't have to voice him again.
What? Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll have flashbacks, even though.
No, I would rather not.
I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Jones? Surely, it kind of it can't be that having failed to have the accursed convicted, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself.
Whoa! He's going down. He's just... Ryukun is just like, my whole world is turned upside down. I don't know.
He doesn't know. Right. Yeah, he does not know what is going on. He's like, I don't know who to trust. This poor boy. He's so out of his element.
Poor boy.
Like, he's literally halfway across the world from his home. Yeah. And everything, like, his best friend is dead. His boyfriend is dead, let's be real. Is dead. Who is also, like, most of his brain cells and his rock.
Yes.
The person he turns to for advice, he has to become a lawyer, which he never wanted to do.
Still doesn't.
Doesn't know the truth from lies, doesn't know anything about the legal system.
He's also here to fulfill his lover's mission, and he doesn't know what the fuck it actually is.
He doesn't even know what it is. This poor boy.
Poor boy.
Somebody help this poor boy.
Oh no, he couldn't have, Shirley.
He could have, and don't call me Shirley.
You beat me to the joke. Thought I was the only one who went to the future and saw airplane. You have some wonderful notion.
Wonderful, you say? Sorry?
Yes, they're just delightful. The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Yeah, tomato.
Yes. Why, of course he is. Ah! Of course he is! Then why are you trying to scare me? Could be said, however. The real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. Are you ready for it?
What on earth do you mean by that?
I know what he's into.
Ooh, let's talk about the Reaper. Blah.
Blah. Van Zieks is quite exceptional man over in London courts of law.
He's quite exceptional. I will agree with you on that.
10.
He is certainly a specimen of a man.
Exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good.
Ozeki-san looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy.
As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense, of which everyone's basically lacking around here. It's an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view.
Yeah, it didn't really do us any good, though. It was kind of shit.
It's quite entertaining. Public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated, as folks in the 21st century will unfortunately find out every day.
Right.
Criminals, and corrupt lawyers for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal. Contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, as from time to time, my dear madam, simply the reality of the situation.
And that's all right?
However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my. Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months, they all disappear. It is most striking. Now I'm really starting to get where he gets his reputation. Disappear? But...
Oh, I thought that was me. Sorry.
How? By all manner of misfortune, sir.
You see, he has a death note.
Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging coronavirus. Or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Resurgence of the Black Plague, what have you. No. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. Welp, I knew it. I'm dead. Dodo done for. Doomed. Just have the Reapers take me now.
Wah! When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garridub's house, I presume. You mean to say you believe your place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to What? You've been in Great Britain for a year.
Yeah, he said that last time.
That's okay, I remember. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. I was a teenager when I first noticed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking at other men and feeling things. That didn't take long then.
These British men, they really do it for me. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me all the time from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room. But even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. You must have been experiencing your first time of systemic racism and an anxiety disorder.
Right.
It must have been very lonely having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
Or he's on drugs with the side effect of paranoia.
Also that. It's probably all of those things. I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. I feel for this guy though.
Yeah, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. That guy, that's like my soul.
Right.
Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. They told me it was the toxic mold. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." "Oops, did I say that?" he said. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late. So I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it. But if not, don't mention it in the first place."
Yeah, well said.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed then?
There's no light in it, so pretty dark. Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death.
There's no ventilation in there.
There's no he's breathing the gas.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, he's getting maybe some kind of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yep, he's losing his fucking mind. Poor
yeah,
guy.
oh my god.
Jesus Christ. In my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits.
Can you look up the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning?
Oh yeah, carbon monoxide poisoning is really fucking weird. You start to you really actually start to lose your mind. You don't remember shit. You get very paranoid.
Yeah, I was gonna say the paranoia.
Yeah.
I think maybe he's getting carbon monoxide poisoning.
There's a famous story on Reddit from, there's a guy who showed up on Reddit. This is one of the many famous stories on Reddit that I was actually around for. But this guy showed up and was described all of this crazy stuff that was happening to him, and then and it just sounded like someone was breaking in the house or some other crazy shit was going on. And then someone showed up in the comments.
I remember you
and
told
was
me this. Yeah, that
hey, it's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Have you checked your carbon monoxide detector?
Yeah.
Yeah. So holy shit. Yeah, because the thing is they brought up the window thing. A few times.
Yeah.
They brought up the window a couple of times. So, I don't think they would bring it up so much if it wasn't a thing. Yeah, this poor guy.
They're constantly talking about that, so... Okay.
You were in pharmacy school when they taught you that. Wow.
Dizziness, feeling sick, tiredness and confusion, stomach pain.
I feel very proud of myself for picking that out.
So long-term exposure to low levels of carbon monoxide can also lead to neurological symptoms such as difficulty thinking or concentrating, frequent emotional changes, for example, becoming easily irritated, depressed, or making impulsive or irrational decisions. You get more severe symptoms like impaired mental state and personality changes. Loss of physical coordination caused by underlying damage to the brain and nervous system.
Wow.
An uncontrollable burst of... Basically, you get seizures.
And all the gas lamps would cause carbon monoxide poisoning, right? Yeah.
Other possible causes of carbon monoxide poisoning include blocked fuse in chimneys, burning fuel in an unventilated space. Yeah.
This poor guy.
Jeez. It's freaking crazy.
All right.
Only there was someone. Aww. Oh, you're really pulling the Ace Attorney heartstrings.
There's
now.
no one on my side. Someone with no friends, with no one on their side. No one sadder than that person. If only there was a Miles Edgeworth.
Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all.
To believe. Yes, to believe.
To believe. To believe or not to believe? That actually is the question.
Flashback to Kazuma here, please.
Kazuma-sama? To believe.
To believe.
To believe.
They take all that juicy oxygen away, and all that leaves is carbon that can't bind with 2 oxygens, so they make just one, and boom, carbon monoxide. Yeah. Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. He slumped as soon as he brought up the other case. He's like, oh, you don't,
no one cares about me. Okay, so current research suggests that carbon monoxide poisoning may also contribute to personality disorders, including bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, and paranoia.
Cool.
The Buria. Oh, that case, the one with the snake. That's really the most important detail about that case, the snake.
Well, yes. That time, I was a suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate.
I did. Interesting. I don't really remember it at all. Not memorable, really.
What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me?
Well, stuck on the ship, nothing better to do.
Because you didn't know Russian.
I see, yes, you mean. Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in the locked room. I'm just sassing you.
Are you sassing me, or are you also a racist?
No, it's a reference. It's a callback, you see. You weren't in the room when they said that stuff, Mr. Sholmes. Wasn't I?
Yeah. You didn't see me in the room until I was hanging off the window.
I was behind the screen all the time.
Well, if you like, yes.
I'm a little surprised. The answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. I'm into you.
I am homosexual and wanted you to stay at my home.
Quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it.
Well,
okay.
That settles it then.
Cool, great.
But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts?
Don't call me Shirley.
Certainly you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little.
Oh. Well. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing you, nor in that which you were telling me.
What?
You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? What do you mean? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. Oh dear. I should like to believe in something I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. There is no truth.
It's arbitrary. I just believe in whatever I feel like.
There's no objective reality.
Who gives a shit about investigating and finding the truth?
I just wait
I
until
just decide what's true.
one day someone will invent Facebook and I shall share a ton of memes because I'll just believe they're true.
Right. Do you know what they put in those vaccines?
Absolutely nothing that should be acceptable to a human body, I've decided to believe, and therefore I'm about to go to the hospital.
But I could have betrayed your trust.
In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more.
You missed his laugh.
I could have betrayed your trust. Very funny. I don't trust in anything. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse in my opinion.
What the fuck do you mean? Meaning? What the fuck do you mean?
Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. But what? It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Also, just pointing out, Riddles. Having something poisoning your home invisibly does not guarantee you low prices. Let me tell you that one.
Uh-huh.
You were definitely not there through the whole mold crisis.
Uh-huh.
People who have been watching me for some time, for over a year, know that, we were living out of a hotel for about a month. I almost said a year. It felt like a year, but we were living out of a hotel for a month because our apartment was infested with black mold. It was not good.
Not good at all.
Anyway.
Yes, he's right. He's right. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Whether or not I can believe myself.
Do your own research, man. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client.
He's so handsome.
Did you miss me? I know you did.
I did miss you. I miss you.
He's so handsome.
Katana boyfriend. He wears it on his other sleeve. He wears his attorney's badge on his other sleeve. Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, he wears it on. He wears it on the. He wears it on the left, and Ryukun wears it on the right. Aww.
That's so cute. They can link arms.
Yeah.
Have their bands together.
Aww.
Or if they link the other arms, then they just look like a nice. They're framing it with their.
Aww.
So
sandwiched by lawyers.
If Ryukun wore a headband, he'd have it wave in the other direction.
Yeah.
And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
Mm-hmm.
So Kazuma-sama was right all along.
I have to believe in myself. You were so right, Kazuma. I should have never doubted myself.
Kazuma. Well, my dear fellows, it's time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over, and the after-dark party's about to start. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out, and I'll escort you elsewhere if you're into it.
You're an escort? A male escort?
Not in front of the minor. I was one in my post-youth. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me and talk about your dead boyfriend?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to go on.
Mr. Sato can stay home.
Is this a date?
I am asking you out.
No.
To a restaurant with excellent trout.
I'll bring you home some dessert, Susato. You can
Cosmo, single tear rolls down his cheek. I'm still here, by the way. Oh dear, there is never enough time, is there?
It's okay. You can go back to the hotel. It's fine.
Yeah, you two can get a room. No one cares about me, I guess.
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Aww. Aww.
I think you have carbon monoxide poisoning and we need a doctor.
I could see a doctor? Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Please. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday.
Emphasis on the yesterday.
Yesterday, and for the first time also is emphasized.
Both of those things. Emphasis on all of it, actually.
Yeah.
Also British. Emphasis on British.
Also emphasis on British because I did experience a Japanese courtroom that one time. You know what? Just take the whole sentence and make sure that you pay attention to every single detail because they're all important. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. My boyfriend.
Crucial?
What to believe in. The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else. To trust my instincts.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
And my instincts say you have severe carbon monoxide poisoning and you need medical attention immediately. My instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it is imperative that we prove that in court.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me, meaning this katana.
Right here!
Yeah.
The soul of my deceased lover.
Yeah, Lord Van Zeeks and I are gonna have a sick sword fight in the middle of trial tomorrow. It's gonna be so cool. I've been practicing, actually, in the hotel room.
Whip it out, you can.
Get back in the sword, Cosmo. So, I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume.
It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. Made up by your cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Been a roundabout journey, but I got here in the end. Susate-san.
Yes?
Shut up.
Hi?
Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
That's literally what I'm here for.
Okay. Would you be willing to go back to the hotel while Mr. Sholmes and I go have some trout?
I would be very willing to leave and let you two do that while I'm not around. Absolutely. As I said this morning, you would not be able to make it through this without me. You may consider me your personal judicial assistant.
Because that's what I came to Britain for.
And,
from Japan.
And Cosmo-sama's dead, and I'm stuck with you, so... Yup.
So, trout? Trout? Mm-hmm. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards.
And start looking forwards to the trout!
Mm-hmm. Cosmo believed in me. And Mr. Sholmes believes in me too. So it's time to move on to a new boyfriend. It's time I learned to believe in myself. Sasaki-san has no one. He's all alone with not a friend in the world. So it's my job to help him, to fight in his corner. To fight his corner? To fight his corner!
Take that corner down!
Yeah, he's gonna go into his room and just start punching at the corner. Fuck you, corner!
It's in the corner, Duke.
Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster, with this katana, we're gonna have a fucking 6-sword fight. It's gonna be so cool. There are gonna be bets. It's gonna be like WWE, but like with a sword fight. So they're like people, duel. They're like holding signs and like, give him the chair. It's great.
Reaper, rape him.
Is the Reaper of the Bailey the heel?
TBC. Yay! Thank you, everybody.
Yay! That's a strem.
Woohoo!
Holy shit! All right, we're getting somewhere.
We got all the way to him having a date with
Hey,
Mr.
you know
Sholmes.
what? You know what we got? A single piece of evidence. We got a single piece of. All we have for evidence is a map and a receipt. That's it.
Wow.
We're going to court. We're gonna win this.
Woohoo!
Woo!
You seem to be presenting that particular piece of evidence a lot.
Well, you know, it's the only one I have, unfortunately. Let's see. You know who's streaming? Someone super cool. Someone we love. We don't get to raid her very often. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to /raid Lowena. She is so sweet. You'll love her. She is currently playing Skyward Sword, which I have not played yet. I do want to. It is out on the Switch, and I did buy it. So maybe that's my next single-player game. I'll maybe play Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword blind, but after the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, obviously. All right, so on Sunday we're gonna do some multiplayer. Probably Minecraft, maybe something else. We shall see. And then on Thursday and Friday next week, we're gonna do more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles with the sweetie. We're gonna get through this case probably.
And we're gonna find out whether or not they had a great date.
Right. We're gonna have a fantastic date, I think. I legitimately think that perhaps it's just gonna be the investigation and the court, and then it's gonna be done.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, you guys have fun. Say hi to Lowena. Tell her that you love her very much, because I do. And yeah. Bye!
Bye! Night.